Hello and welcome to the Windup Watch Fair Chicago. This is our first Chicago Windup Watch Fair. We are so excited to be here. I'm very excited to be talking to my good friend Mike Pearson of Zodiac Watches. Mike, thanks for joining me. Welcome to Chicago.
Yeah, it's good to be back in the Midwest. It's good to see you. It's good to see everyone, actually. So.
As always, right? There's a lot of great people here, a lot of great watches, and Zodiac has brought some really great watches as well. Let's talk about the latest thing first. I see this on your wrist. You have a titanium watch. Tell us about this.
Sure. Well, Zodiac is known for, especially over the last few years, our steel watches, our colourful watches. And a few years ago, we came out with a Pro Diver. Lots of colours, lots of lume. And so we came out with a brand new titanium piece, which at the end of the year, we're going to be celebrating 140 years of existence.
Wow.
So we didn't want to just do colour and steel. Yeah. We ended up doing something which is ISO certified, grade 2 titanium. And it's a proper watch, and it feels fantastic as well. And it's still Zodiac, it's still colourful, but it tells a story of probably where we've been over the last few years, but the evolution, and you'll see that over the rest of the year. There are new materials, new dial materials, and it's exciting. So this one just feels good.
With the same personality, that same rich, vibrant personality of watches is still there. There's no date on that, which I quite like.
I thought you worn and wound guys might love that. So.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. You know, it's a bit of a problem, but it's a really sharp watch, and a titanium. The bracelet even as well.
Yeah, we've got the diver extending, which if you ever get to hold one, just have a feel of all of our bracelet. I mean, the price point can sometimes be deceptive. You think you're just getting bog standard, but there's always a above and beyond. So the 5-link Jubilee style with the dive extension, it really, really fits and sits. So if you're in Chicago in the middle of summer when it's nice and humid, it will still fit and work.
Yeah, they have very thick pizza here, I hear, so you need a little bit of that extension.
I think we all do after COVID as well.
Okay. So. Yeah, exactly. You also have something else new right in front of us.
Yeah.
This is new for the show.
Yeah, well, it's coming out next week, which if you're watching on internet, doesn't matter, but it's still quite early to have it here. This is our core piece. This is the white and blue Super Seawolf compression. It's just a new colorway. For a lot of people, they know us as bold, limited editions. We do them so well with Worn and Wound and some of our other partners, but the core needs to expand. And so for the first time in a long time, we're bringing out a core piece that will last, be here for a while. But I think if you're looking for an inexpensive watch with an in-house movement, which suits the summer, I mean, you can even say the winter because of the white, but more than anything, it says everything that's good about Zodiac. And that's coming out next week, but we wanted to show all of your supporters and the people that have come out to Windup today.
We appreciate it. And boy, this is a very vibrant watch as well. Great summer watch, I will say. Hey, it's July. Boy, the colors, how they work very well together here. What's the size of this case?
40 millimeter, which is the traditional size of what we're making now. And that's everything. And this one comes with a Jubilee Star bracelet as opposed to the 3-link, which works with that. I put it on a Tropic just as I left the office, a really lovely vibrant blue to match the color here.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you want to go a little bit, before Labor Day whites, we've got white Tropic as well.
Yeah.
But you throw your Speedos on and you look great.
It's going to work no matter what. No, this is fabulous. And you mentioned this is an in-house movement.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So again, I think, and this is for me as well, before I started working with the brand, you have your own impression of what Zodiac is. And so what do people know? We're older, but we're 140 years old. We are owned by the Fossil Group. And so for Fossil, what they wanted to do is elevate the Zodiac brand. Not only how we're built, but also what powers it. So they invested a ton of money and time with STP, which we own. Yep. And this has got the 111, and about 70% of all Zodiac watches are in-house movements. We use Solita for the new one here, but it suits the watch and the ISO certification.
Yeah.
And then with our GMTs, we've got Soprod. And next year, we'll be changing that to be in-house. And then as we grow and develop, we could see other complications. We might buy in, but that will then lead to us building our own. But STP 1-11 is everything.
Yeah, STP, very impressive facilities. We recently toured the last time we were in Switzerland.
Yeah.
That is on the site, Worn and Wound somewhere, so we'll link that down in the notes below. Very cool. I see you have some older watches in front of us as well. Tell us about, these are all at your booth. You've got some beautiful vintage watches over here that kind of show where the design language is coming from, show that rich, deep personality of the brand, and how it manifests in some of your new watches. Tell us about what's in front of us.
Sure. So, as I said, a lot of people have their own impression of Zodiac, but where we come from is something of real value within the entire industry.
Yeah.
The Seawolf in 1953 was the first commercially available dive watch, along with Blancpain and Glycine. The next year, they had the Crown come out, and that watch didn't do too badly.
Sure.
But obviously for the next few decades, we were very innovative, not just in terms of how we build our dive watches, but we were coming out with manta ray cases, we were coming out with mystery dials, which is the astrographic. This is what we've got here, and this is actually one that came out a few years ago to celebrate 50 years of this style of design, and it's come and gone in many different iterations, and we'll hope to bring it out in the next couple of years. But for a show like this, for the consumer that Worn and Wound have got, we wanted them to see something like this and tie it back to where we're from. Because the Calumet family, who were the majority owners as a family for its entire history, they really were innovative, not just in terms of how it was built, but how it looked. And so we see brands today and in the bigger style, or maybe some of the more, should we say, smaller brands as well. Sure. They will take inspiration, and they might not know where it's from, but if you look through our back catalogue, more often than not, Zodiac had a hand to play in it. So this is what I wanted to bring to the table, and especially something as cool as this.
Yeah, the creativity here is beautiful. So if somebody has maybe come across Zodiac a few years ago, what should they know about Zodiac now?
Well, I think I said this to you just before we recorded. I think we've done a really good job of building this buzz of this modern iteration with colours and limited editions like the one that you guys did last year, and there'll be more to come. But I also want people to know more about the core, because if you look at the Skin 53 or the compression style and what else is around that, there is a lovely selection of stories which are not just colourful, which is what we always love and we adore, but they also do have a very modern, sober, traditional way of making watches as well. But we only make 6,000 watches currently. So, and when you're in STP, you might have noticed a vast amount of space. We have the ability to grow, but we will only grow appropriately. We are owned by a company that is known by building in mass, but on this type of level and this kind of construction, it should be the best of us. And so that's what I hope the wider world will start to appreciate, that we build appropriately, we come from a really lovely traditional place, the movements are sound, and the prices start at $895, and nothing really goes around 2,000. So it's a really exciting brand, not just for, should we say, our watch geek community, which is what we lovingly are, but it can be for someone to add to their ever-flowing collection, or it could be somebody's first watch. So there's lots of elements or ways to look at it, but maybe look at it deeper than maybe the surface of what you know. That's my take, probably.
So plenty of room for growth, but it's going to happen consciously and in a way that makes sense with the brand and kind of in line with the heritage, which seems to be very important now. And
we'll be in more retail as well. We haven't had the ability to be in retailers. We've got some brilliant, obviously, you guys tell our story brilliantly, and then you can come to the Windup shop. But sometimes some people want to just feel it, which is what Windup's all about. So we've not been able to do that before because we made so few of, and we made so many limiteds that the core was not able to be built. We've now kind of got that balance right. So there'll be a core, there'll be fun things around it all year, and there's still 4 watches that will come out later this year, so you'll see that.
Oh, that's fabulous. So people who are on board, they love to see what you're doing. What can we look forward to in the coming months and years?
So I think with this titanium, it's kind of flexed a little bit with materials. So towards the end of the year, you'll see a brand new case material, and you'll also see new dial materials in another model. And I think that will set us up for the future, because we can use materials, we can have fun, and also we'll get better at doing things like the dials. And then I think for a lot of the regular consumers, it's to see more of us and to feel us more.
Well, we're really excited about what you're doing now, and we are very much looking forward to seeing what is to come. Mike, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to Zodiac for being a part of the Windup Watch Fair.
No, it's a pleasure. It's great to be here, and we'll see you in New York as well. So.
All right, until next time, take care.